One of the most powerful things that I love in Explain Everything is its ability not only to do the video things that I've shown in other screencasts, but it's the ability to bring in things that you've done from within other applications. Now, something that I find particularly powerful is the ability to bring in presentations that you've made. So if I just go across to this sample presentation that I've made in Keynote, we can open this presentation in Explain Everything. Now, before we actually do that, I want to pop back into Explain Everything and talk through some of the settings that you have within Explain Everything, because when you import work from another application or from within another app, how Explain Everything handles that information differs depending on how you've got your settings set up. So if I just pop into settings a second here, there's a variety of options in here. I'm not going to go into all of these options right now, but I do want to talk about how Explain Everything interacts with PDFs, PowerPoints and Keynote files. Now, obviously, a PDF or a PowerPoint or Keynotes, they've all got separate slides or pages. Now, if you import these things into Explain Everything, you can have it so that it will basically turn each of those slides or pages into separate slides or pages within Explain Everything. And that's really, really helpful to you when it comes to you wanting to speak over the top of them and use them within your Explainer videos. Now, if you don't have these little sliders turned on, so they're turned off like they are right now, if they're turned off, then when you bring in your presentation or your PDF or whatever it is that you're bringing in, it will bring all of it through in one fell swoop. So before you go into actually bringing your presentation through, always make sure you've got those turned on so that Explain Everything will handle the files correctly. So otherwise, you'll find that it won't work quite as planned. Whilst we are here, you can see that there are a variety of options in here to help you, such as things as there being a wrist guard and passwords for web browsing and other bits and bobs. So you may want to have a little look through there, have a look through the exporting options, the options for how you record, and the options for accounts that you have linked to your Explain Everything application. Also, for your writing style, or your drawing style, please note that depending on whether you have calligraphy or ink chosen here at the top, the pen will react differently. So you'll get sort of fatter swipes if you move quickly with calligraphy as you will with a calligraphy pen, or you get standard lines if you use ink. I prefer personally to have it on calligraphy, but you can have it however and wherever you want. So with those options there chosen in terms of bringing the Keynote through as a separate page and what have you, if I just pop back out of here now and then go back to my presentation here, I'll just run through the process of bringing your presentation from Keynote through into Explain Everything. And it's really simple. All we want to do is simply go to the share option here and choose the option open in another app. Now, as we saw, Explain Everything can handle any of these formats here, be it PowerPoint or Keynote or PDF, but I tend to try and use PDF. The reason for that is it will handle, I think, the images better. It will render them out at a higher quality and it will come across far, far cleaner. Another thing to note here at this point in time as well, if your presentation has any sort of more advanced animations in it and what have you, it does not bring those over. Also, if you have videos on your slides, those would come over as images. So bear that in mind. You would need to put the videos back in within Explain Everything if you needed to. So I'll just choose PDF as my option. And then you get a choice of different apps. So you just scroll through until you find Explain Everything. And there is Explain Everything, so I'll tap on that and it will slide it across, and you can see it going through the process of loading the documents. And as it does that, so it will build the 3 slides. If I tap onto the slide sorter here at the bottom, you can then see slide 1, 2 and 3. Whilst we're on this slide sorter view, I think it's important to note that if you did put your slides into the wrong order, if you did, you can move your slides around just by clicking on them and dragging them up and down into whatever order that you want. And you do get some options as well when you have them selected, so you can delete them and so forth and so on. You can change the colour scheme, things like that within that slide sorter view. So they're all there now. We can move from one slide to the next using the arrows at the bottom as well. And remember, as I said, I chose to use the PDF option, and the quality on that 3D chart there that's come through is really quite high. If I was to zoom in on that, you can see it's still of a high quality. So I'm just going to put that back round and reset it. Actually, the undo option should do that for me. There we go. So, how do we record? Well, we record just as we would do normally. So I'm going to go to the first slide, and I'll just simply choose my pointer and I'll hit record. Hi, and welcome to my sample presentation. My name is Mark Anderson, and I hope you enjoyed my presentation. Thank you. So I'll stop that. I'll move on to the next slide, and I'll hit record again. So as you can see, more students actually passed the qualification than failed, and as you would expect, there is a bit of a sigmoid curve across there as well. And we could say there's some other stats and some other information there if we wanted to. And so I'll just stop talking there, hit stop there, great, move on to the last slide, analysis. Okay, so I'll hit record. And so my final analysis is point 1, point 2, point 3, and most importantly, point 4. That's right. And there's my video finished. I can go back through each of the slides and I can hit play and it will play those. Hi, and welcome to my sample presentation. My name is Mark Anderson, and I hope you get the idea. Now I can, if I want to, bring up at this point my view here where I can just sort of check things along the timeline and what have you, and I can move and set markers and delete different points here along here if I want to. I'm not going to, but that just shows you that that is possible. If I wanted to add an extra slide on the end, I go to the end and I can tap onto plus, and that will bring in a new slide. And so let's just choose that a second. And thank you very much for watching. There you go. So when you finish making your video, you want to save that somewhere. Again, like I showed you in the other video, if you just tap onto the share option here, we can then put that onto the camera roll, onto YouTube, or wherever else it is that you want to put it from various other social media. So all that leaves for me to say really is thank you for watching. Thank you.